When I got sober, I thought a lot of things would change. And many things did. My relationships changed, my habits changed, my priorities changed, my life changed in countless ways. But there was one thing that nobody told me. Nobody told me I'd still people please. And for a long time, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. It felt really natural. It felt like it was just a part of me. But looking back, now I can see how that tendency was there long before I ever picked up the first drink, long before the drugs, long before any of the other ways that I tried to escape from the realities of life. And from a very young age, I became attuned to other people. I could feel what they were feeling. I could read a room. I could sense when something wasn't right. And I could tell if a situation felt safe or dangerous. And since I grew up in a very traumatic household, those skills became even more important. Keeping volatile people happy wasn't just something I did. It was something that I had to do because it was a survival strategy. I learned to prioritize the needs of other people, other people's feelings, other people's comfort, even if it meant abandoning my own. And truth be told, that gets very exhausting because eventually you start living your life through the lens of what do they need? What do they want? What will make them happy? And somewhere along the way, you just stop asking, what do I need? I thought that the discomfort around all that would disappear when I got sober. And it didn't. Because sobriety removed the coping strategy, but it didn't automatically remove the survival strategy underneath it. And that's when I began to realize that people pleasing wasn't really the problem. It was a solution that my younger self miraculously came up with. A very intelligent solution, a very understandable solution, a solution that helped me to survive. And once I saw that, something started to change in me because I stopped judging myself for it. And I started having compassion for it. The goal wasn't to shame myself into changing. The goal was to understand why I was doing it, to recognize that it served a purpose, and to gently begin choosing something different. Tiny moments, tiny decisions, tiny acts of self-trust, saying what I actually felt, honoring what I actually needed, choosing myself instead of automatically choosing everybody else. And what I've discovered is that taking care of yourself isn't selfish. It's necessary. It's no different than putting on your own oxygen mask before you help somebody else on an airplane. Because when you constantly abandon yourself, eventually there's nothing left to give. And so these days, I still catch the impulse sometimes, but now I can recognize it. I get curious about it, and I have more choices than I used to because every time I choose myself, I strengthen my capacity to trust myself. And every time I trust myself, I come a little closer to the person I was always meant to be. So if this resonates with you, I would love to invite you to join me for my free monthly webinar. In that webinar, we explore recovery, nervous system regulation, mindfulness, and what it means to create a life that feels as good on the inside as it looks on the outside. Comment "Choose Me" and I'll send you the details. And before you keep scrolling, if you're one of those people who quietly watches these videos and thinks, "Oof, that's me," this might be the one to share. You never know who needs permission to stop abandoning themselves today.